Good evening. So, just going to start a new little series of videos, and I do appreciate that I've got other projects on the go at the same time. So I've got to finish off my Galanti, I've just got to finish off the tuning on that one, and I'm building a dulcimer. So that's kind of typical of how I do things, really. That I have lots of different projects going on at the same time. But anyway, I'm going to start with a little project on this one. This is a Hohner Liliput melodeon, and this will date from the 1930s probably, and these melodeons are really small, hence the name Liliput. So this is the Liliput. If I just show you my other melodeon, I just want to grab it 1 second. So here, this is my Hohner Club melodeon that I restored. So this is from about 1924, so maybe 10 years older than the Liliput. So this one is what you call like a standard poker size of melodeon, and the one I'm going to be working on, the Liliput, put that down for a second, is that big. So the idea behind this Liliput was that it was a high quality instrument. So it's not a toy, it's actually high quality reeds and bellows, and everything's really nice quality, but it's small enough to put in a rucksack and packed away really small. So now this one is a few things it needs doing. First of all, the bellows, what someone's done is taken all the bellows tape off all the bellows, which is actually a good thing because I'm going to put new bellows tape on anyway. So that's one of my jobs I'm going to do on this melodeon. Also, two of the treble pallets, I don't know if you can see, are missing. I have no idea where they are. So I've ordered a couple of new pallets which I'm going to put in their place. So yeah, this is it. This is my new project. So what I'm going to do now is take it apart and just have a little look inside and see what it looks like. So you see what the reeds look like. So I'm going to take the pins out and just get my little block so I don't get muddled up which pins are doing what. So it's only got 4 pins. Let's take them out and see what it's like inside. It's always quite an exciting thing because I haven't been inside this yet, and who knows, it might not be taken apart for 80 years, 90 years, so who knows. So let's just take those ones out. Take the bottom ones out. Gosh, they haven't been out for a while. You can see they're covered in rust. That one and this one. Oh blimey, these haven't been out for quite a while. Put that one down there. 2 more pins, and then time to have a look. Oh blimey, spilt my tea. That was so tight. Disaster. There we go. Now then, here we go, shall we look. So let's take the top one off. Whee! There we are. So you've got 2 dilly little reed blocks. But the reeds, these are the original reeds, have been nailed in and waxed in. These haven't gone anywhere in 80 years. I think that's original stuff in there. So it's in the key of D. B and E. That's quite nice. I think it's in the key of B and E flat. That's alright, quite like that. So that's the treble side, but the reeds are looking fine. They're just a bit dusty. And then the bellows come off. I'm just going to mark the bellows before I do anything else. There we are. So I can put the bellows back in the right place. So the bass side, very diddy, very diddy indeed, diddy. But the reeds are all there. They just need cleaning, revolving, rewaxing. But that's fine. That's going to be a nice little job to do. So that's great. So the first job that I'm going to do is tackle the bellows, because the bellows are in a little bit of a state. So what I need to do is first of all check there's no holes, so I can hold them up to the light and just make sure there's no holes actually in the bellows to start with. Second thing is, because someone's ripped off all the bellows tape, it's all a bit rough, so I'm going to get some very fine sandpaper. I'm just going to smooth everything off. And the next thing I'm going to do is give the bellows corners a clean and a polish, and then I'm going to apply bellows tape. Now the bellows tape, I'll just grab that for a second. I've got this really nice dark gold bellows tape. So when this goes on, obviously not going to put it on properly, but when it goes on, it's just going to be a really nice colour. And I think it will go really well with the colour of the melodeon. So that's my first task, because I think the reeds and everything else is going to be just quite a nice straightforward job to get sorted out. But the one job that I want to get started on really is the bellows, and I want to try and get these bellows looking really nice, because this is a quality instrument and it deserves to be, you know, done to a really high standard. So I'm going to try and get this really up and running into a really nice quality little Liliput. So there we are, that's the first little video. So in the next little video I'm just going to show you my techniques for restoring the bellows from start to finish till we get a really nice set of bellows ready, and then once the bellows are done I'll start working on the other parts of the melodeon. There we are, so that's video 1 of Hohner Liliput restoration. There we are, thanks for watching. Okay, so this is just the next little section on the Hohner Liliput. So I'm onto the bellows. So what I've done is just cleaned up the bellows corners, and I've used some, just get it 1 second, use some of this silver to clean up the corners, and that's been fine. And I've just made sure that all the bellows tape is off, so they still look scruffy, but once I've got the bellows tape on it will start to look much better. Now I've done one bit already, just there, and I'm just going to show how I tape up the bellows. So this is the next step to get the bellows taped up. I have checked the bellows for leaks by just holding them up, hold up to the light, and just looking for any chinks of light coming through the leather gussets in here, and they seem to be in nice shape. So that hopefully, well not hopefully, but I'm sure that once finished these will look a lot better and look nice and tidy. So first thing is what tools or stuff we need to tape the bellows. So let's have a look at some of this. So you need some bellows tape. So I'm using 3/4 inch wide bellows tape, and this bellows tape has got a kind of almost like a fabricy backing to it, and it's a dark gold colour. That works really nicely. You need a nice accurate straight ruler. Straight ruler? All rulers are straight, but a nice one. A nice ruler, some sharp scissors, doopy, and some glue. Now the best glue I've found is this called Aleen's Original Tacky Glue. This is great for lots of different jobs on the accordion, but particularly doing the bellows tape. Right, now the first thing is you have to measure how much bellows tape you need, and I'm going to start with the longer side first. So I've measured it, and I know that I need 20.8 centimeters or 208 millimeters. And so what I'm going to do now is cut my bellows tape to the right length. Now, to get the nice finish on the bellows, you have to make sure that you cut the bellows tape very accurately so they all are the same length. Because when you start sticking them on, it'll be really obvious if you've got some weird lengths, because it just won't be symmetrical. So it's very important to get each bit cut exactly the same. So this is how I do it. So let's have a little look here. So what I do, I got my ruler and I've just put a little bit of electrical tape on the end there. So I know I need 20.8 or 208 mil. So what I'll do, I will put the bellows tape on 0 on the ruler and just use that electrical tape, hold it down, and then I can just hold that nice and still until I get on the ruler. When I get to 20.8, make a mark on the bellows tape. There we go. And I can cut that with a sharp pair of scissors, just unpeel the electrical tape. Then a nice straight cut. Like so. And there's another one I'll cut. She did it with 2 of the same length. So there we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut all my lengths of bellows tape, and then I'll show you how I'm going to be gluing them on. Just give me a sec. Okay, so how to glue on the bellows tape. The first thing I'm going to do is get my length, I'm going to fold it in half, just put a crease in it halfway along. This is quite important because it just helps you to centre the bellows tape on the cardboard fold of the bellows. So just let's get a nice little there we go. And then I'm going to get my glue, Alien Super Tacky glue, and make sure I get it covering the whole width. So put it all the way along. So make sure it covers the whole width of the bellows tape because you need it to be sticking right the way. So just use my finger, and I'm just going to make sure that that's completely all spread out. But this glue is just really, really good. It doesn't take too long to dry, but it does dry really well. So I'll just show you how it looks when you've got it all in. Every corner done. There we go. Whoa, it's a little bit messy. So what I'm going to do, I've got one piece already in there, so I'm going to put it next to that one. So, offer it up. Hang on, just bring it around this way. Offer it up. And the next one. And the idea is to get it nice and lined up. And then by eye, I'm going to get it in the same position as the first one. A bit of slide in. There we go. Nice. So I'm just going to squeeze. Now this particular glue and these bellows, once I've just popped it on and squeezed, it actually holds. Got 2 on there, so it does hold really well. But I have got a lot of these little clamps, so if it doesn't seem to be holding that well, I need a bit of extra clamping pressure, then I will just use my clamps all the way along to get it to hold and leave it for say 10 minutes or so. But actually that one to hold nicely. So I've now done 2 of those lengths and they're nicely lining up. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'm going to go through and just crack on doing these lengths and to show you what it looks like when I've done the whole from there to there. Alright, there we go. Here we go. So I've done one side of the new Bellows gasket, so that's what the undone side looks like. And that's what the done side looks like. There we are, so you can see that. That's looking nice. So what I'm going to do now is move around and do the other long side and then do the short side, so exactly the same way. And I'll post a little clip when I've finished taping up the bellows. There we go. Okay, so just like to up to date with progress on the Liliput bellows. So I've now retaped the bellows and I'm really pleased. I really enjoyed doing it. It's quite a careful task, so you have to make sure that all of the lengths are identical, and you also try to be very careful to get them in a nice straight line down the bellows corners, because they can kind of go off to one side sometimes. Get them in a nice straight line. And also the final piece of bellows tape, you have to get it underneath the bellows frame. So you've got to just kind of get a blade in there, get a little gap between the final bellows fold and the bellows frame to be able to tuck the last bit of bellows tape in. But now the bellows tape is done, the bellows just look an awful lot better. Just look really neat. I might just tidy up the actual edge of the black and just with a bit of black paint sometimes. It's pretty good, but I might just do a tiny tidy up on there. And I'm also going to put some new bellows gasket all the way around. But now if I put it all back together just loosely, so try to get it the right way around. Let's have a look what it looks like. It might go that way. That's it. That way. And if I put the grill back on, there we go. So if I just already with the new bellows tape and giving the bellows a clean, already this little melodeon is looking an awful lot better. It's looking much more kind of neater. So I'm really pleased with that. So that's a nice start just to get those bellows done. So the next steps is going to be I'll do the bellows gasket. So then the bellows are finished. And I think the next step I'm going to take off the fingerboard cover here and just touch up the wood on that fingerboard, get that really nice and clear, and put some black on there. And then once I've done that, I think I'll start working on the reeds, get the reeds out, clean them, revolve them, and get everything tuned up. And the other thing I'm going to do is when I tune it up, well, this is a club layout, including the Gleich tone there, which is the same note on the push and pull. I'm going to change that to standard 2.5 row layout, which is what people will want to playing, I think. Okay, so that's the end of this little clip. On the next one, I'll go on to the bellows gaskets and some fingerboard stuff and everything else, but that's a nice little kind of start to the project. Okay, thanks for watching.